What's up, party people? It's Wednesday, October 11th, and you are tuned in to this week's episode of The Conversation. I'd like to welcome you all. Before we go into anything, if you please like and share, especially if you're watching this in the playback, please like and share. Today we have some fun stuff to talk about, not too much heavy stuff tonight. We are going to talk about this week's Fashion Files, talk about some hip-hop news, and talk about some other fun hot topics that's been in the media this week. First off, I'd like to welcome everyone, all of my co-hosts. We have, I don't know where Brittany went. First, we have Brandy up here by me. Brandy, how are you? You just got back.
Hi, everyone. You
got back from vacation. Talk to us about it. What happened? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
So, no, I had a ball. I just got back from Miami. We went down for Juve and Carnival. It was a blast. It was so hot, though. It wasn't even the heat, really. It was the sun. The sun was, like, not nice at all. But outside of the sun, I had a ball.
That's what's up. Would you go back?
It was amazing. I would. I love Miami. I think I love Miami.
Would you move there?
I don't know. I don't think I'm against it.
Oh, okay. I don't ever hear a lot of people saying I want to move to Miami. They either love it or hate it. So, awesome. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. What about you, Michael? What's up with you up there in Detroit?
Oh, so we had a killer party this weekend hosting Verdant's a DJ collective. When I tell you, it was old school Detroit house all day and all night. Total fire. Couldn't have had a better time.
That's awesome. Do you guys do it every weekend, or is this something that just like you do once a month, or what?
We don't do it every weekend. No, we have special events as lightning strikes. We actually have another one this weekend. It's a cool concept. It's like karaoke, but for DJs. So it's an open deck night. And aspiring DJs are coming in for half-hour sets. So that should be either really great or a total train wreck. But either way, I'm going to have a lot of fun listening to it.
Awesome.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. I've never heard of that before. That does sound fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Well, I wish you good luck and good turnout for that. And down there in Florida, my brother Darius is joining us tonight. He's filling in for our co-host Shaq, who can't be with us tonight. We'll touch on that later. But Darius, how are you? How was your weekend?
Good evening, everyone. I'm tired. It has been a day.
Yeah.
It has been a day. I have ran from meeting to meeting. Friends going on and some other stuff. So it's been a day, but it's been a productive day.
Well, I thank you for making time for us and coming over here and having a little fun with us. We always like you over here. So
thank you. I love hanging out with my cousins from down the street, you know.
I think I saw today somewhere on Facebook, you're up for an award.
Yes. So the conference that I'm at, it's called the Ujima Conference, and it's a conference that the focus is Black same-gender loving men. Mm-hmm. There are all kinds of workshops and different things that focus in on that particular population. It's open to everyone, but there's a particular focus. There is an award called the NOR Diamond Award that is given to people who have contributed to in some way, whether in their chosen career path, their field of interest. And so I was nominated, which I was quite shocked, and actually told that I was going to be awarded.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm always proud of the work that you're doing. So, yeah, I just thought I wanted to brag on you and have you brag on yourself a little bit. You're welcome. So while we're waiting for Brittany, she's having some technical difficulties. We are going to celebrate 50 years in hip hop. This year makes 50 years. that hip hop it's having its big birthday. Started in 1973. And so with that, we're going to just do our little contribution. I want everyone to just go around and tell either your favorite hip hop artist, their favorite song, and why they resonate with you and why they are your favorite. So I guess we'll start with, who do we want to start? Let's start with Michael. Your favorite hip hop artist, you told me, was the Notorious B.I.G.
The one, the only, Biggie. Oh yeah, legendary. I mean, listen, his body of work speaks for itself. For me, the one I love the most is Juicy. Mm-hmm. I think, coming from a certain background and making it is a powerful thing. And I think that song kind of hit the nail on the head about where you're at and not forgetting where you're from. His words, I think, will resonate for generations to come.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, I'm a Biggie fan too. I grew up in that golden age, that 97, 98. I was a teenager during that era. So I always, New York, East Coast always resonated with me more than West Coast. But
there it is.
That's another talk show. But while we're speaking of East Coast versus West Coast, Brandy, your favorite is Tupac.
Yes, he is my favorite. Tupac.
Tell us why.
Oh my goodness. I love his All Eyes on Me album. I can't pick just one song. I feel like his message, he always had a message behind his music. I feel like he was so inspirational to the youth. I feel like he kind of paved the way. Mm-hmm. I feel like he also, a lot of the things that he was saying as far as the media and politics, that came to pass. Like, he brought it to light and it came to pass over the years. Like, he wasn't just talking. The things that he said was going to happen actually have happened throughout the years. Right. So, I feel like the way he gave his message, I can't think of the word right now, but the way that he spoke to us, he was, I don't know, the words he said just had a place in my heart. I always mess with Tupac.
All right. Darius, yours was Chance the Rapper.
Oh, okay.
So I actually have a couple. Yes, Chance the Rapper was one. I like rappers that are kind of, different from, or, not necessarily in the mode of always talking about money, clothes, women, as, the typical thing that we hear a lot of rap artists talking about.
Right.
I like artists that are progressive, that their lyrics really speak to social issues, things going on. I think one of my favorite Chance the Rapper songs is actually No Problems. I'm also a fan of Common, and it's just because I got a little ratchet in me too. I love me some Jackie O. But I'll listen to Jackie O all day long.
When's the last time Jackie O released something?
It's been years, but I love me some Jackie O. You talking about Nookie real good, Sugar Walls, fine.
That's what's up.
What about you, Ashleigh?
Mine, I couldn't pick just one. And mine are all my favorites for very different reasons. Little Kim, she, like I said, I came up in that golden era of Bad Boy and, East Coast versus West Coast and Diddy and that whole Mace, that era. So she was one of the first, she was the first rap album I ever bought. She was the first rap concert. What'd you say? Somebody say something?
No, keep on.
She was the first rap concert I ever went to. I got a chance to meet her. And at that age, like being a 12-year-old boy, when she was at her, her top of her game, it was just something new, something fresh. So there goes Brittany. Hey, Brittany. So Lil' Kim and then Missy, of course. Missy's style when she came out was just something so different. It was so opposite of even Lil' Kim. Like, she was just so coming out with the big sunglasses and the big trash bag, and the way she danced was always weird. So Missy was another one of my favorite. And of course, everyone knows I'm a Kanye stan. I like old Kanye and new Kanye. I think he actually really, people don't like to give him his props, but he kind of single-handedly changed the fashion game for men in hip hop. No one was wearing fitted jeans or fitted shirts or rocking Gucci bags and all that stuff before Kanye. All the guys wore the big sweatshirts and the jerseys, and he kind of came in. Now every male hip hop artist has a stylist. They all have a shoe line, and so he just came in and kind of changed the game. I think he's a genius for that, and he's a lyrical genius as well. That's my opinion. So yeah, those are my three. Brittany, you're back. You said Biggie's your favorite as well?
Yes, he is.
Tell us.
I've always just loved him. His lyrics were always bomb. I mean, even though I didn't need to be listening to him when I was like 7, 8 years old, but I always just kind of jammed out. His beats were always amazing, and he just did his own thing. He didn't come in. He didn't sound like anybody else. He was just his own. You know, he was in a realm of his own. So I've always liked him. So yeah, I mean,
all right. Yeah, all right. So that's our contribution to hip hop. I hope we're going to talk about it later, but the state of hip hop is, they say the state of hip hop is in a crisis right now, but we'll talk about that later and what we think about that. But speaking of rappers, Kevin Gates has been in the blogs all week. He was at a concert last week, and a young woman was invited up on the stage, and I don't know how it came to be and how it even happened, but this picture has been all over of him spitting in this young woman's face. I mean, in her mouth. So I guess the question is, what do you guys think about this? And is this something, I don't want you to spill all your tea, but some people enjoy this. Is this something that you would do? Brandy, what do you think? I know you have something to say about it.
I think that it's disgusting. I would never do that. That's one of the grossest things you could do to somebody. I don't even want my partner spitting in my mouth. That's how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. Now, what I'm not understanding is all the backlash that Kevin Gates is getting, because clearly he's into it, and obviously she's into it. She was smiling the whole time. She wasn't mad. She didn't snap. She didn't spit on him. She didn't, you know what I'm saying? She was having a ball. So, I mean, hell, if they both like it, then hell, who are we? Who are we to judge? Everybody has their kinks.
Yeah. I'm not judging. Michael, what do you have to say about it?
Oh, I agree. I mean, listen, everyone's got their thing. This one's not for me. I think the way that this unfolded, I'll be kind and I'll say this is unrefined. Not something I want to see at a concert or do at a concert, but more power to them. Looks consensual. Looks like they're having fun.
Okay. Darius?
I work in public health. Okay. And I talk to people all day long about STIs. And what I see is gonorrhea and chlamydia, which lives in saliva. She don't know that man. She don't know where his mouth has been. She don't know what's in his mouth. Baby, I ain't never been that caught up. That is Nas and T.
Okay.
And I hope she ain't contract nothing, because like I said, she don't know where his mouth been.
All right. Brittany?
It's a no for me. No. Like Brandy said, it look like they're having fun, but spitting is an absolute hell no for me. So,
I was reading the comments in the blogs, and some people said, this turns them on. This is nothing new to people. It's a turn on for them. I don't know how. I don't know.
The host nasty.
Wrong. Isn't Kevin? Does anybody know if Kevin is married? Is he married? I thought he was.
They're not divorced, but she's living her life on the farm.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. What Yaya said. I hope she hasn't contract nothing or does contract anything. So, anyways, yeah. Let's move on. So not last week, but a couple shows ago, we chatted about Halle Bailey's alleged pregnancy. Well, now she's getting some more backlash. The singer, songwriter, and the actress has been removed from the Oscar consideration for The Little Mermaid amid persistent rumors that she is currently expecting a child with rapper Bo DDG. Now, some people say, what does that have to do with her and the Oscars? Well, they're saying that her song from The Little Mermaid for the first time was nominated for Best Original Song. And as of October 1st, Disney has made a change on their website and removed Halle's song from the Oscar consideration. It's always been Oscar in the past. If you're nominated for Best Song, you always have to perform. You're there live performing. And the article says it should be noted that Halle is still submitted for Oscar consideration for Best Actress, but not Best Song. The category does not require a nominated actress to attend the event, which is scheduled to take place on March 10th, 2024 in person. So I know last time we talked about this, it was split down the aisle on two sides of our co-hosts. Some people said they didn't care. Some people said she could have stepped her game up a little bit. What do we think about Disney doing this? And do you think it's going to hurt her career even more? Michael, what do you think?
I think it is so reductive that we tie pregnancy to career in the year of our Lord 2023. Mm-hmm. If these two things are tied together and Disney did withdraw her from consideration because she is pregnant, I have a difficult time not thinking that this has some racial undertones that's tying back to like those Christian white family values. I don't understand this at all. But that said, if she's withdrawing because she's pregnant and at the time of the show she'll be quite a far ways along and doesn't want to perform, okay, maybe I can understand that a little bit. But that is probably the only way this makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Darius, what do you think?
I do not agree. I think judge somebody by their art form, not by her personal life. Her art form is what was nominated, not her personal life. If she isn't, I don't know if she's pregnant or not, but what does one have to do with the other? And I do agree with Michael. I think that there's a racial undertone to this because I don't believe that this would happen to if it was a white woman. I don't believe that this would be the same type of situation.
Okay, Brittany.
I agree with both of them. I mean, and honestly, she must be pregnant because at this point she hasn't, tried to say anything to stop the rumors. And I don't know, like he said, it shouldn't matter that she's pregnant. Pregnancy is beautiful. I mean, obviously she's not married, but bringing new life is a beautiful thing, and she's grown. Mm-hmm. So even though she's playing a part that, is for little girls, she's still a grown woman, and she shouldn't have to be worried about if in her personal life she decides to have a child and she's going to suffer in her career for that. It's not fair. It's not right, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Brandy, do you have anything?
I agree with what everyone said so far. I feel like, though, this also goes back to just her playing that part as the Little Mermaid. I feel like they're taking little digs at her anywhere they can. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere they feel like they can try to tear her down, they're going to. They're attacking her. It's not right and it's not fair. And as far as what it'll do to her career, I feel like it could go either way. Either this publicity in this situation could blow her up, but honestly, I feel like it's just making her look bad.
I was reading the comments on a couple different sites about this story as well. Disney put a lot of money behind this Little Mermaid. They're putting even more money into it. I guess they're going to extend the park with this new image. So, the traditional white Ariel with the red hair, they're going to start changing that within the park. They have a lot of now they have black face characters for Ariel. There even talks of a sequel because the movie did so well. So I think they put a lot into this. And now the backlash from a Disney star who is a role model, pregnant with this, I guess people are saying he's a nobody. I think all of that kind of adds to the negative connotation of
See, this is the problem I have. Something you just said, role model. She did not sign on to be a role model. She signed on to play a part.
Mm-hmm.
But do we know that? Because some of these contracts have purity clauses in them. In certain ways, you have to act. So it could be that she did sign up for some form of a role model, and that may be why she's pulled.
It could go either way. I agree with what Darius saying, and I totally understand what Michael's saying.
Yeah.
We don't know what the contract had in it. I know when you do stuff for Disney, there's certain ways you have to act and look, and there's certain clothes you can't wear. That's why she didn't release a solo album till afterwards, because she didn't want that associated with, it could go.
But is it Disney who's giving her the backlash? Doesn't it sound like it's just the Oscars giving her the backlash? Because Disney doesn't really seem to be saying anything in reference to her.
I don't think it's Disney. I think it is the Oscars, and I think it's just a little bit of everything.
They pick and choose what they want to do when they want to do it with who they want to do it with.
This is why, honestly, to tell you the truth, I really don't buy the Oscars like that because there are so many brilliant actors and actresses, especially in our community, that have been looked over, that have been given the cold shoulder by the Academy. People that have won, people with less talent and ability to have won.
Yeah.
Didn't that just happen to Angela?
Over more deserving people.
Who was it? Angela
Bassett.
Yeah, didn't that happen to her last year?
Yeah, and they just gave her was it an honorary Oscar or what did they give her?
Lifetime achievement or something.
Yeah, because there was a big to-do about why she has not won and why she didn't win for Black Panther, and they gave her like an honorary kind of best.
Is she EGOT yet? Does she have all of them?
No,
okay.
She's not. I'm still wondering why she didn't get. She still needs. What's Love got to do with it? Hands down, she should have had an Oscar by now.
Yeah,
but yeah. So
I see here she had Best Supporting Actress and Best Actress.
She was nominated. Who are you talking about?
Angela Bassett.
What about it?
It says, I Googled while we were speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Best Supporting Actress Academy Awards 2023, Best Actress 1994.
So she was nominated for those.
but she didn't win them.
She didn't win those. She was nominated for What's Love Got to Do with It in '94. You're right. And then she was nominated for Black Panther. And everyone thought she was going to get it. I thought she was going to get it.
She thought she was going to get it.
Yeah, she thought. You could see.
She cried at that one.
You announced somebody else's name, the look on her face.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wish Halle the best of luck. I'm really interested to see. She comes from the camp of Beyonce, so she's not going to say anything. I don't think she's not going to confirm or deny anytime soon. So I guess we'll just have to be on the lookout. Let's see what happens. So moving on, Jada Pinkett Smith is in the Smiths are in the news again. It has come. Hold on, I'm trying to pick up the article. Sorry, guys.
I'm so tired of Will and Jada.
I'm over it. It says Will and Jada have been separated for the past 7 years. Something the missus is now revealing in a new memoir, which clears up a lot. Jada made a revelation Wednesday today in a couple different interviews, one with People Magazine and the other with Today. In both, she admits that she and Will have been leading separate lives since 2016, and that even today they continue to live separately. She also says they were separated when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars last year, obviously putting their relationship dynamic which had long been the subject of rumors and speculation, into the spotlight. By the way, even she was shocked by the violent moment, now saying she thought the whole thing was a skit at first.
Okay.
I don't care. Who wants to? Do you have anything to say?
Her show got canceled, so I'm not surprised she's saying this now. I don't know if I even believe it. I think we're all kind of over this. Listen, they don't owe us the truth, and nobody does when it comes to matters of the heart or relationships. But something about the fact that all of these things have happened so publicly, the affairs, the slaps, all of the rumors about both of them and what they're doing, stepping out over these years, and just now you say, oh, yeah, by the way, we've been separated. Where was this when the whole August thing, the entanglement went down, or the slap or anything else? So it just feels very opportunistic to me. Like I said, her show's canceled. She's looking for a bag. I respect that. But I'm so tired. And they're grown. Oh, my God. Like, come on. So much stuff. It's so silly to me.
What year was that August stuff? Was that in 2016?
I think it was like 2020. Was it during COVID?
It was sooner. It was in the last 3 or 4 years. Darius, you were saying something. What do you have to say about it?
I'm so over them. I mean, honestly, we've been talking about Will and Jada. Well, I'm not surprised at all if they live separately because, I mean, we recall the rumors about Will and Wayne Martin. We recall the rumors about Will and Trey Songz. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, even before the rumors about Jada in August, I believe both of them been doing their same thing. Obviously, they staying together because it's cheaper to keep them or her, and they have more together than they would separately. And I do think, as a unit, they're all about protecting the brand.
Yeah. Brandy?
I just feel like it's a situationship. I feel like it's business. Is like you said, protecting the brand, keeping their family together, but basically it's business.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll be hearing. Brittany, do you have anything to say? Or are you?
No.
Yeah.
Over it.
I'm sure we'll be hearing more of them in the immediate future, near future. Moving on. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is sharing some wisdom for Generation Z, it says. In a recent interview, let me find what I'm looking for. Okay. In a recent interview, the 76-year-old star expressed his concern about the state of our society. And what's got him all fired up? Well, he believes that we're creating a generation of wimps who are more concerned about hurting feelings than facing challenges head on. Now, many people might say, okay, we already knew this. This is nothing new. But they're trying to cancel him over this. I don't even know what to say. I think he's right. We are creating. We talk about this all the time on the show, but we're raising a generation where everybody's a winner. Everything has to be said. Everything has to be perfectly said. You can't say anything bad, or everyone has to get a trophy. So I think he's right. There's no reason to try to cancel him over this. Michael, do you have anything to say about this story?
Why do we cancel anyone over anything anymore? I think in the next couple of years, that's got to stop. Soon we'll have nobody left to cancel.
It's got to. It's really. I think it's gotten out of hand. Nobody can do anything wrong. No one can say anything wrong. You have to walk on glass. You can't say anybody looks good at work. You can't say, oh, you have a nice dress on. Like anything these days is taken out of context, and next thing you know, you don't have a job. You're canceled.
And why can't he have an opinion?
Why did he have an opinion?
I said, why can't he have an opinion? Like he's entitled to say that. I mean, people don't have to agree with it, but it's true. And I'm sure a lot of people do think it's true. So, I mean, I'm saying that.
This kind of segues. I have a picture about it, and I didn't tell you guys we were going to talk about it, but Brittany, you said, why can't he have an opinion? Joe Budden and Drake have been in the news this week. Joe Budden gave his opinion about Drake's album. He said it wasn't his best body of work, and a lot of people are saying that. And now people are trying to cancel Joe Budden, and now Drake's dad is into it. He said that, he better leave his son alone or he gonna roll up on him. It's like nobody can have an opinion. Like what?
He didn't say nothing. And what he said was true too.
Yeah.
And Drake got mad. So it's like people can say what they want. You don't have to listen to people.
If people have to understand, especially if you are in the public eye in any kind of way, you are going to be open to criticism. You're going to be open. You open yourself to be critiqued. You open yourself to be talked about. Whether you did something right or you did something wrong, people are going to talk because you are now in the space to where they can talk about you. So it comes with the territory. People, and Ashleigh, you and I know because you know what we went through. You got people that will malign your character and don't know a thing about you.
Right. Yeah. Brandy, do you have anything to say?
I had read the article and listened to what he said, and I agree with most of what he said. I didn't understand how at the end of it, he was putting such an emphasis on people need to struggle. You don't necessarily have to struggle. Struggle does build character, but don't aim to struggle. Don't feel like you have to struggle to be able to be somebody. I didn't like the emphasis at the end of his message.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting topic that we could go down. I don't want to get on that rabbit hole right now, but what you said. I kind of agree a little bit with what that struggle comment, Brandy. And me and you have talked about this in our private conversations. But I think when you are handed stuff just so easily and you're used to that, and then you are of a certain age or you don't have that anymore, it makes you appreciate the struggle more. Is it making sense what I'm saying?
Because then you know how to go get it for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I get what a struggle means. I didn't have my own struggles. I still just don't feel like you have to.
Okay.
I think even if you were quote unquote gifted something or inherited something, I think it just depends on your personal values. I mean, because I can appreciate what was passed down to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can appreciate it just as much as if I had, worked to obtain it.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like
I can see both sides. But yeah, I totally get where he was coming from, and I don't think there's any reason to try to cancel him over it. End of story.
I agree with your mama, Ashleigh. Brittany's hair is herring tonight. Yes.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, it is.
I got a girl blushing.
I was gonna tell you, it's given the Monica in '96.
Monica. Hey. Thank y'all.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so let's move to our next story. Last night at the BET Hip Hop Awards, they have a new category called Best Podcast. And Carisha, aka Young Miami, has won this award for the second time. And people have a problem with it. People think it's a little bit of nepotism. Diddy has been in the news and saying, she's going to be the next Oprah. She has the best podcast out there. So a lot of people are thinking she paid for this award, or did he pay for this award? Especially when you have people like The Breakfast Club who've been doing this for the last 13 years. And Jason Lee's new podcast is out. And she does like a podcast once a month. And it's literally just her and her girlfriends talking about who they're dating and stuff like that. I don't think it's the best thing out there. Have you guys heard her podcast?
I watch it. Y'all know I'm a Carisha stan. I love her. I don't think she deserved to win over either one of those counterparts that you just put up. She didn't deserve to win over them, but she does have a good show. I think that the people who like her love that show. She's very open. She's very I don't know. She's just very relatable, I think. So people love the show, but I definitely don't think she deserved the award over The Breakfast Club specifically. Not at all.
Michael, what do you think?
Oh, this one's easy. Bought and paid for.
Yeah.
Begin and end right there.
Okay, Darius.
I just want to know what was the criteria for the nominations of the award, and how did they score the winner of this category? Because I can't see any way.
I can tell you that a 7-figure donation.
It had to be, because I can't see any way that Carisha would win over the Breakfast Club, and for Diddy to make a comparison between Carisha and Oprah, there is no comparison.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's high class society versus low key ratchet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, Brandy, what do you think? Do you listen to her show at all?
I've seen a few reels. It looks entertaining. It looks funny, but I don't feel like she should have won that award.
Yeah. I don't either. Like, I'm with Darius. What is the criteria? There should be a criteria, because she only does one, like, I don't even think she does one every month. She does one whenever she feels like it. So it's a slap in the face for the people who grind and do this every day, like Charlamagne and DJ Envy and Jason Lee and Drink Champs and some of the independent, podcast black content creators that are coming up. Like,
Drink Champs over her for sure.
You said what?
I said Drink Champs over her too, for sure. I didn't even think about them.
For sure. And then we have I just think it's a slap in the face, especially, like I said, for the people who do this every day. Like me and Darius's brother Jives. He does this. He grinds every day. He's the one who kind of got me my start. And
hell, T.S. Madison should have been.
T.S. Madison. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a slap in the face. It's too bad. But so yeah, we all are on one accord that is not cool. So moving on. We're getting right along to these stories. This week, come and sit on my couch. We don't necessarily have a question from a viewer or a friend of ours, but we have Miss Brittany. I just realized who she was this week. Miss Brittany Griner. She was in the blogs this week she recently was on someone's podcast, and they asked her about her body count. She said she's been with 35 guys. And people are they're split. It's either cool or people are horrified by it. And I got to thinking today, I was like, okay, well, what if there was a young rapper on there and they asked them, a young male rapper, what's your body count? He said 35. I don't think it would have been as much outrage as it is with her. Now, granted, I don't know her. I saw her on Basketball Wives this week. She's not my favorite character. I think she's a little thirsty, but that doesn't change the fact that she's being treated unfairly. So what do we think about this? 35. I'm sure none of us will be spilling our numbers tonight, but what do we think about, the outrage? Michael?
Well, she's grown, number one. She can, if she had 100 partners, that's her business. I mean, that's how she wants to move. But you're right. I don't think it's fair that they're like making it a huge deal. Although she does put herself out there like that. She's kind of like a known jump off. Mm-hmm. So she kind of puts herself out there for these types of criticisms. So, she just gonna have to take it, because this is how she put herself out there. And even, she told what her body count was. So now she kind of has to just deal with whatever the backlash is from that. But it doesn't matter what her body count is, because she's grown and she can do what she wants to do.
So I have a question. Is 35 a lot?
I mean, to some, they would consider that, but I guess people are grown. Like, do what the hell you want to do with your body. I don't really understand why it matters. She's grown. And just imagine if she started, she's in her 30s. If she started having sex early, 35 is not that bad. If she started early, let's just say she started at 15. Who knows?
Darius, what do you think?
First of all, I'm not ashamed to say it. My body count is above 35. Okay. They're judging this woman who is in an industry where sex is glorified, where body image is glorified. She's a beautiful woman. That is exploited in the industry that she works in. Mm-hmm. That is one of her assets in the industry that she works in. But she's judged critically. Come on, the people that watch this show got higher body counts than 35. The viewers, I'm sure, when they tune in. So I mean, I wish people would get over, what somebody doing. Is it that you just really so concerned about what a person is doing? Is it because they're not doing it with you?
Right.
And a lot of times that's what it is. It ain't the fact that they did it, it's the fact that they ain't did it with you.
Yeah. Brandy, what do you have to say, if anything?
I agree with Brittany. She's grown. I also feel like she didn't have to share that with us. So obviously it didn't mean nothing to her to share that with us. She probably wanted that publicity. She wanted people talking about her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to share that, and she chose to.
And you know what she does? She is kind of known for doing things like that, saying outrageous things and doing outrageous things to get attention. So I'm with Brandy. She might have done that just so that because she is new to the basketball life. She's new to that show. So she has, on there, they all have to find a storyline and a way to stand out. Otherwise, you just kind of blend into the background.
Right.
Maybe that's why she did it, so that she can get some more airtime or have people talking about her.
I think she need a better storyline because
right. But you know how it goes. Trying to get some attention, and
that's all she has.
If that was the case, a lot of us would be on reality TV.
Right.
That was the requirement.
Yeah, I get. Well, like I said, everyone says she's grown, and I want to get to know her a little bit more on this show. So I guess we'll see. I'm sure we'll be talking about some more outrageous stuff she's going to say this season on the show. So getting on to this week's edition of Fashion Files. So this week we had Paris Fashion Week is spilling over into the beginning of this week, and then we had the BET Hip Hop Awards last night, and there's some other stuff going around. So let's get into some of these looks. So I always love when Darius is on the show and we do Fashion Files.
I do too. Could you see it on his face before he says anything?
I'll be waiting on this part.
So let's get into our first look. We have Kim Kardashian and Balenciaga at the Balenciaga Spring Summer Fashion Show last week. What do we think? Michael? Yay or nay?
Having seen this from Kim before, the wet look in the hair, kind of a bodycon style dress, but wasn't it tan a few years ago when she did this? I mean, listen, she looks great, no doubt about it, but this to me is kind of a recycled look.
Oh, okay. Brandy?
I think it looks good on her, but it is boring.
Brittany?
I have this dress in my closet. I'm tired of Kim. Kim, come on, honey. Like, you can do so much better. You can wear so much. She has a body that is banging. Like, let's do something new. This is old. We've seen it. We're over it. Let's do something different. Thanks.
All right, Darius?
She looked like that girl. What's that girl from the movie with the vampires? Underworld.
Oh.
That's what you think she looks like?
Yeah, she looked like that girl from Underworld. She about to slay a liking.
Right.
All right, so this is a no for most of us. Okay, moving on. We have Janet Jackson and Tom Brown. She's at the Tom Brown Fashion Show at Paris Fashion Week. What do we think? Michael?
Oh, I love everything about this. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Oversized. I see a shirt. I see a tie. I mean, this is giving me a little bit of Jenna Lyons, a little bit of J. Crew. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but I can't get enough of it.
I like it. Okay, Brandy?
I think it looks good on her. I'm really liking her shoes and the jacket.
Brittany?
I love the jacket. I love her makeup, her hair. I'm not a really big fan of the wide leg pants on her. I just kind of think it makes her look boxy. She has a beautiful shape. So I wish they would have done something else with her pant. But I do love that jacket and the cut of the jacket.
Darius?
She's beautiful. I don't like the oversized look on her. Janet has a sickening shape. And I just think, she should show it.
Okay, so we're torn.
What do you think, Ash?
I've always respected Janet for not having to show her body to be fashionable. I like that. She's usually always covered up. Tom Brown, I'm not a huge fan of Tom Brown. He does the gray kind of look a lot. Other than that, it's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad either. All right, so moving on, we have my girl Missy Elliott in Gucci from Head to Toe. Gucci hat, Gucci jumper, Gucci socks, and Gucci platforms. Michael.
Wow, there's a lot going on here. It's close. It's close, but it misses the mark for me. Okay. I like that it's a 90s throwback. That's the nicest thing I can say.
All right. Brandy?
I like that dress. And I like the hat. I don't like the shoes and the socks.
The shoes and the socks are my favorite part of it. I love anything 70s, that big old platform. Brittany, what do you think?
Can we just give it up for her shape and that face and she looks amazing. But I love the whole fit.
She looks like she's aging backward.
She looks so good.
Yeah.
But I like the whole fit. I think it's fun for her. If you remember, she was always in big oversized clothes. And I just like this feminine energy that she's giving now. So I love this.
All right, Darius?
I didn't know who she was at first. I was like, okay, I'm still getting used to this new Missy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I like it
too. Okay, she's a contender for me for best dress. We'll talk about it later. Moving on, we have Kylie Jenner. She was at the Attico fashion show and Paris Fashion Week in Head to Toe Attico. This picture is hard to read, but it's a pleather dress, just like the one Kim had on, and the shoes are pleather as well, and she had an orange fur. Michael?
Did you say Head to Toe Fashion Nova?
No. No. Funny though. Is that what you think? It looks
that is indeed what I think.
Okay. Brandy?
I don't like it.
All right. Brittany?
I agree with him. It looks very cheap. I do love the orange stole though.
Yeah.
That's hot. But the rest of it, the shoes look ill-fitting. The dress is not flattering for her. Her hair was cute, but yeah, it's a no for me.
All right, Darius?
My first reaction was like, baby, can you wear white? But yeah, I don't like any of it.
Yeah, it's not a favorite of mine either. But she was on Vogue's best dress list for Paris Fashion Week. So we talk about it. Okay, moving on. We have Monica and Loewe Head to Toe. Michael?
I don't even know why you bring Monica. She always comes.
Every time she's going to step.
Every single time.
What do you think, Michael?
I love it. She is that chick in this. I love it. I love it.
Brandy?
I absolutely love it. And I love that blonde hair.
Brittany?
These boots.
Yeah.
One time for the boots. Yes. Head to toe, Monica kills every time.
Darius?
She's everything to me.
And you guys know what I respect about Monica? She's not on at every event or every red carpet. She dresses like this to go to her kid's school. Like, she's just in Atlanta in her neighborhood, just going to parent-teacher conference or the store or the movies, and she dresses like that.
Fly as hell every day.
Yeah, she's doing it. So I respect her for that. But yeah, so it looks like everybody liked her. Maybe she's a contender for this week's best dress. Moving on, we have who is this? Mile Romans Thug and NW in Dior by Kim Jones. They were at the Dior fashion show last week. They are also on Vogue's best dress list. Michael, what do you think?
Oh, wow. I hate everything about this. I mean, let's start with the shoes. I mean, what's going on with those white and black sneakers with that oversized coat? I just can't.
That's the look. That's what people are doing. And I told you guys last week, the skirts are, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more on the men. Brandy, what do you think?
I like the black and white sneakers. I hate everything else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Brittany?
So I like the skirt outfit for me, but on him, it's a no. Like I don't like any of this on them. Everything just looks,
Okay.
No.
Darius?
Who did Vogue's best dressed list? Stevie Wonder?
Okay.
Because this is a whole wonder to my soul, and I'm still wondering.
Yeah, it's a, I don't know. I like it. I think the outfits are wearing them. I'd like to see maybe someone taller and more has a presence and see what it would look like on somebody. But I think, like you guys said, yeah, it's all over the place. So not my best. So going on, we have Trina in the Blondes.
I love Trina.
Michael?
What is up with these looks tonight? I mean, is that like Grimace? A piece of Grimace on this? I don't know. You know the guy McDonald's? He's like a purple gum.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't. And that, by the way, this dress is ill-fitting. So there's that to add to it.
Okay, Brandy.
It's a no.
All right, Brittany.
I love Trina, and I'm a Trina stan, and I love this dress. Get what anybody says. I think it fits her good. I think it's a fun color. You know, it's different than what she normally does, but her hair and makeup are always laid. So it's a yes for me.
Yeah, it's very different. The Blondes, they usually dress people like the Pussycat Dolls. They do a lot of pop girls. Christina Aguilera. We don't usually see a lot of rap girls in the Blondes. They did a dress for Beyonce on the Renaissance tour, but it's usually for people who have up and down shape. Not a lot of girls with big booties or big breasts. So, but yeah, I like the dress, and not on really her. Darius, what do you think?
So I love Trina. She's a naturally beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a great fan of this dress, but yeah, I love Trina.
So it's a no. Okay. All right. Moving on. We have who's this? Coi Leray and Area at the BET Hip Hop Awards last night. Michael?
Okay. This one I like. At first glance, it's what's going on here. It's a little minimalist, but if you look at the color of this, and then the small details, her styling, her makeup, her hair, she looks stunning. And her body, I mean, wow, she's a natural. I can't get enough.
Yeah, she's giving me Tiana Taylor vibes a little bit.
Yeah.
With it. Brandy?
I get it, but I don't like it.
Okay. You don't like the dress on her, or do you think somebody else will look good? You just don't like it overall?
In general, I don't like that dress.
Okay. Brittany?
I agree with Michael. Like, it's there. It could be better, but her body is amazing. The makeup is great. I mean, it just works, but it's not my favorite at all. No.
All right. Darius?
Literally, there were no old school church mothers at the BET Hip Hop Awards last night because one of them would have brought her some sheets.
Yeah.
I think she's a beautiful woman. Her body's beautiful, but sometimes I mean, there's really nothing to wonder about because the secret is out in full display.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I also think some of the rap girls, everything's been done, so they feel that they have to try to go to the extreme, to make headlines or to get in the blog. So.
And can I just point out, this is a fox detail, right? Like there's a fox head repeating 3 times throughout this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks
on the bustier, the skirt, and then on the one of the tendril things or whatever.
Yeah. One across her.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a fox head to me.
Yeah, it's one on her breast too.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
I'm gonna have to zoom this in on my phone later. Yeah, I didn't notice that, but good call. Okay, so that was the end of Fashion File. So it looks like overall everyone liked Monica. She was our week's best dressed, and I'm sure she will be again. So
Fly girl.
before we go, I forgot to talk about this, and I want to touch on it really quick. Let me get to my notes. So social media reacts to the Juicy J saying the sales are down in rap music by 40%. People are wondering why this is. This is not something that was made up. It's down. Like for the first time in 25 years, this year's been the lowest. I guess rap music has been purchased even on streaming services. So I know what most of us are going to say because we're all from a certain time and place. And by the looks of all of our people that we like in hip hop, I kind of forecast what you're going to say. But why do we think this is? What is happening to the rap game? What do we think? And this is not. We can just have an open forum. We don't have to go one by one. But what's going on? Who wants to go first?
Exactly.
So I think this one for me is easy. Now it's more about the fame and less about the talent. If you look at all these rappers these days, they're coming up in a different way than they used to before, right? It's not about your skills or your songwriting ability or ability to spit bars anymore. It's like, what's your TikTok following? What's your Instagram following? And what's your image? I mean, I'll give you for example, Sexy Red. Honest to God, I can't make heads or tails of this. Like, I've listened to the music, and if we're just judging based on talent, it's a total miss. I don't get it. And yet you see her now, she's out and about, she's everywhere. She's meeting the movers, she's meeting the shakers, right? Her image is very much on point. So very much branded, very much curated. So I think as we move away from talent, this is the natural result of it. Something else will fill the gap here.
Sexy Red, and I'm kind of pissed you brought her up because I told my cousin Brandy yesterday when we were on the phone. I said we will never talk about her on our show. I don't care.
Well, you missed me with that one. Sorry.
I cannot stand her. I think she's part of the problem. But I won't get on my soapbox. Brittany, what do you think?
I think that what you said initially about like our time, our generation of music, and like the rappers that we all brought up, nobody is doing that. Nobody has like real lyrics anymore. Nobody is really bringing, like, even the beats are sounding all the same. Everything sounds the same. It's mumble rap. It's just I was about to say BS. It's BS, like we had real music growing up and we were blessed in such because we got to live through the 90s, into the 80s. Like we had all this good music growing up, music that we can still listen to today and still rock, right? Mm-hmm. These things that these people are putting out now, 10 years from now, you're going to be like, what the hell were we listening to? So it's just not the same. It's not the same.
It's not. I live in a household with Hector is 10 years younger than me. He just turned 30. So he's still he likes Sukiyana and Sexy Red and it gets on my nerves. And he calls me an old head when I tell him, the music doesn't sound like music anymore. So I wonder, is that us? Because we're all on here, I think 35 and up. Is that us just sounding like old heads? Are we bitter? Or is it really
not bitter?
Well, people are like, oh, you guys are bitter. Oh, your time has come. It's our time now. But it's like, is it just us? Or is it obviously not just us because the music isn't selling? So
our music is still being streamed.
Yeah.
So
I think it's what everybody has said, but keep in mind also that times have changed. I mean, the cost of living has gone up for many people. We're not necessarily worried about going to buy the latest rap album. Guess what? We can listen to that shit on YouTube,
right,
for free.
Yeah,
you got somebody at the local store who dubbing CDs if people even still buy CDs.
Right.
I mean, streaming. I mean, people pay a streaming service fee every month. So guess what? They don't have to go buy the album.
Right.
They can download it. You know. So I think a lot of it too is like you guys have said, just the lack of talent. And yeah, you might put out a good club banger, but you don't necessarily put out music that's going to stand the test of time. You know, it's not going to reach all generations.
I want to read a couple of these comments. Somebody said, no disrespect to the rap game because I love it, but the shit is borderline corny. Hip hop needs gatekeepers to keep out the fuckery and restore order.
That's true.
That's true. Like people like Sexy Red has no business.
None.
Just none. Like, come on.
We could go down a list. You know, Blueface, Krishan Rock. I mean, there are so many that have very, very limited skills and that have a certain level of fame. And maybe I am an old head. I can't wrap my head around it at all.
It's that Zeus audience. Those Krishan,
Them the ones.
Rihanna. Yeah. And not only will people say, well, you don't like Sukihana, but you love Lil' Kim.
There's a difference.
And there's a huge difference.
Kim can really rhyme.
Yeah.
For real.
She can really rhyme. Kim came out with, she was the first female rapper to do like Chanel and Versace and make it cool. And she, but also, I think we've seen people try to imitate Lil' Kim for 20 years now. So people like Sukihana don't really do nothing to me because it's like I've seen it done over and over and over and over again.
And she's not really even doing it right because she's like super ghetto with it, and it's just like, girl, sit down. Kim was coming well, she was nasty and doing her thing, but she, like you said, she was coming with top-notch designers and putting the ghetto girls onto the things that were high class.
Right. Yeah. So let me see some more of these comments. Somebody said, number one, rap relies on TikTok content creators and dance trends to generate free marketing. Number two, streaming is valued over actual sales. Number three, singles are valued and albums sound like they filled with throwaways. Number four, sex, money, ops all the time. Switch it up. Like, damn.
That's true.
They do rap about the same things all the time. I agree with Darius as far as, am I going to choose to buy this album or am I putting this money someplace else? I feel like that's a real thing. And that makes me wonder, is it just rap music or is it music across the board where sales have gone down?
That's interesting.
Is this like shocking or is it happening to other genres of music? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good.
I think it affects other genres of music too. I mean, that's why you see so many people. They have to really tour to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my mom.
And that's why their tickets are $1,000.
Right, that's what me and my mom were talking about last night. Like, Anita Baker is charging $400. There's no reason why. And if you're going to charge $400, bitch, you better put on an extravaganza like Beyonce.
You better do the whole goddamn every song from every album.
I don't know.
And you know she's old.
Or you just get Anita.
What'd you say?
Did she
Paid
replace
$1,100 for
Babyface?
my Renaissance tickets.
Wasn't he the opening act and they had some drama?
Yeah, they were. But the thing about Anita Baker is I saw some pictures of her, and she came out in some leggings and a throwaway wig, a shake and go wig.
There you go.
Not a shake and go.
If you're going to charge $500 for a ticket, I want to see costumes.
Yeah.
I want to see you put some effort into it. You just can't rely on, I'm Anita Baker, I'm going to charge you $500 and look a mess.
I don't think Anita Baker will have the energy or the stamina to give a $400 ticket show.
That's true.
I just don't see it. She's old as fuck.
I don't want to hear that because Tina Turner died at 82, and up to 10 years ago, she was still...
Tina was the only bitch in her era that was doing it how she was doing it, though. Yeah. Anita Baker ain't never danced across no stage like Tina Turner.
Diana Ross still puts on a good show, too.
She does. Diana Ross was on a damn good show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I need to see you pop it, lock, and drop it, but you're Anita Baker. So you have the voice. I also want to see some pizzazz. Give me hair. Give me furs. Give me costumes. I can turn on YouTube and watch somebody singing some leggings in a bad wig, or go right down the street.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's, yeah.
It's so bothered. You hated that picture. Why you ain't pull up the picture?
I don't have it. I wish I could show you guys. I wish I could show you. But so yeah, that was our show tonight. We're on about an hour. I thank you all for coming.
It's been a great show.
Please like and share. I'm still looking for, if you know or you are a man that is heterosexual, and you are stand on your word, you believe in what you believe in. I would love to have that kind of presence on the show. I'm also looking for a male or female Republican or conservative who knows what's going on in politics.
Bring them on.
What'd you say?
I got a buzzsaw.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, bring them on. I've got a buzzsaw.
Yeah, we want you. So if you know anybody or you are, inbox me. I've had a couple DMs. I'm not going to choose right now, but the show's going to go in another direction soon. We're in an election year. So I feel like if you have a platform, you should try to educate people at the same time as having fun. And some people, all they hear is maybe, people on these kind of shows talk about politics. So I want to fold that into the show a little bit more as we come into summer, spring, summer, as Sheree would say. So yeah, all minds are clear.
Okay. Yes.
All minds are clear.
Please, prayers for our co-host Shaq. She is now at home resting. She is doing well. She might be watching. I know she wanted to come on tonight, and I told her to sit her ass down and relax and get better.
Miss you, Shaq.
Yeah, we miss you, and we
love you, boo.
Love you, Shaq.
We thank Darius for coming over, holding.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Again, please like and share, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.